Oh, I forgot that these things can only go for 10 minutes. I don't usually ever make these things, so that's kind of the issue that I had. Anyway, I'll try and remember where I recapped. I actually was probably talking for like, God, this guy's annoying. I was probably talking for like 20 minutes after that, telling some stories and all that kind of stuff, but crap. Alright, so basically where I left off is I was talking about my friend, how she introduced me to the fandom, and pretty much from there, her involvement was no longer necessary. The show propelled itself, and or propelled my interest by itself, and the fandom really kind of enamored and hooked me from there. I was kind of in the midst of the story of like how I came came to be a Brony, and it was just really a culmination of things, and largely in part of a really artistic show. I felt like season one was really artistic, really powerful in its execution, and the fact that it appealed to a lot of different platforms of interest and people and everything like that, and then on top of that, the fandom itself was extraordinarily creative. Like, these were people that I never thought would be making pony art. These really talented people who like, I mean, they have no right playing around with kids shows. They usually draw like all kinds of far more adult content. I don't mean like mature per se, but like just stuff that you don't necessarily associate, like adult fantasy, like D&D style stuff and everything like that. And suddenly, they decided that ponies are like the newest thing to make get their jollies going, and hopefully in not too many ways. Anyway, so they went ahead and I checked it. I started really looking through all these episodes, and that was really great. But pretty much, what really got my involvement going was when I really started basically not having enough things to do. I was in Poland. I didn't. I was in Poland at the time, and I didn't really speak the language. I don't really speak the language. I mean, ja mówię po polsku nie bardzo dobrze. Być może ja mogę mówić średnie informacje, ale nie, you know what I mean? Like, I can only kind of convey like simple information, kind of enough to get me some bread at the store, and but you know what I mean. But I tend to gravitate towards really as a person towards well, actually, I say gravitate away from superficial conversation and everything like that, which is, in essence, it's really difficult, I think, to kind of get past that. Just basically the conveying information and actually getting into the personality of language and articulating yourself artistically and all those different things. And I am nowhere even close to that level. So I guess I was lucky to have enough people around me that spoke English proficiently, because I was in a school that was designed to speak teach Polish to non-native speakers and everything like that, and so there's going to be quite a few English speakers. Anyway, so like I went ahead and basically I had nothing to really entertain myself. I didn't have TV, and if I did, it wouldn't really matter because I couldn't really understand anything. Maybe some cartoons, but so so this was basically, I found like this like live stream channel. I forget what it was called exactly. It was like something tube or another. It was basically all ponies all the time, and they had these regulars. It was basically like this is constant chat. It was one of the most populated channels on that site, and and I just kind of went into a community, and these people would share all these different things. We'd play games together, and it was really, it basically kind of turned into a gaming guild, because pretty much all bronies are nerds by default. So anyway, so we went ahead and it really kind of hooked me from there. Like, that was the obsession. I had boredom plus the jolly feel goods that the show absolutely exemplifies, and the artful execution, the the multi-genre compass that the show wanted to foster, and and convey and all that kind of, and it was really it was really important to me at that time. It was probably because of those things it became pretty much my only one and true obsession for a while, albeit relatively short-lived. But anyway, so what happened after that? What happens after that is that okay, I'm done with Poland and everything like that. It was only a year schooling. I only have a visa that lasts for a year. I had to go back. I didn't have any money really. So I came back to Poland. I'm sorry, to America, and I basically hooked up with a lot of these Brony groups now, because I just kind of wanted to keep it going. So they have these meets at the Mall of America, and that's pretty sweet. They probably still do have them going on and everything like that, but just kind of by chance, when I ended up going to these meets, or one of the first one I went to, I kind of circumnavigated the high schoolers and all those kind of young people and stuff like that by getting the number of I got some numbers, just so I could hook up with people when I got there. I got the numbers of basically a group of people who wanted to just go to the bar, and they're all generally a drinking age and everything like that, and that really helped place me in exactly the right place I needed to be to keep this fandom going for me and everything like that. And these are all adults. We're all drinking, we're all partying and everything like that. And then this is where I meet a girl. And at first, this girl was she really intrigued me. I thought this was something that, wow, I'm the kind of guy who really tends to, like, connect with other people on that. It's pretty much a labor of legend for me to, I don't know, that's incorrect. I just I'm not the kind of person who really is easily wooed or is necessarily looking for a romance, and I think it takes a certain particular kind of person, not necessarily a special and super high standards like I'm just, an egotistical butt face, but more like, they just have to kind of meet a certain criteria in order for me to really, bat an eye or something like that. And she was, and she was kind of doing that at first. So I kind of entered into a more or less, almost, it was, I guess you say, romantic relationship with her. It was more or less platonic. I didn't really want to commit because as I got to know her more, she ended up basically, she really, really wanted to be with me, but she ended up basically getting to be really, well, she really needed a lot from me, which is understandable when she wants us to be in a relationship that badly. But it was, it was more like we were arguing about everything. Our ideological and philosophical inklings tend to be a little, like, really, really different, and that led to a lot of different things. Just as a core, we were just two separate people, and that's not to say that she's a bad person or anything like that, or that there's anything wrong with her, because she's in a relationship right now, and that's apparently going very well for her. So, she can't really complain, I can't really complain about all that kind of stuff. It's nobody's fault. In any bad relationship, it usually is two people's fault. It's not just one person's fault. I don't believe in that. But anyway, but she really, really was trying to get investments out of me, and try and even buy my love and everything like that. And that was just something I couldn't really give to her. You know what I mean? And it kind of proves the fact that you can't really buy love, because she did something pretty amazing. It's something I'm extremely thankful for. And this is the second part of the whole Brony saga of Brian, is that she ended up giving me buying me tickets to go to BronyCon in January. 1 second, I'm looking at something, and that was kind of ridiculous. You think, okay, but the thing is, she wanted to mask it as just a simple act of altruism, and that there was no ulterior motive, by doing something even more ridiculous, to where, and you have to believe me, this was an act to basically get at me. But she ended up buying this other guy a ticket to go to the convention from the group, who has no real connection to her. They're not